What's up, guys? I got another Twitch help video for you today. Little Twitch tips. We got the top 5 mistakes we see streamers make. Now, I am a partnered streamer and I run my own community. I've been doing this for a year and a half, and I don't know everything, but I do know a lot of stuff just from the stuff I've seen. You can really take this advice and hopefully it will help you in your Twitch journey. So the number 5 mistake that I see new streamers make, or just streamers in general, is you're treating streaming as a hobby. Now, do not get me wrong. If you want to treat it as a hobby and you're just doing it for fun, have at it. You know, do your thing, have fun, treat it as a hobby. But very often I see people wanting to do this professionally and do it as a lifestyle and a living, and they're not showing up for work. So if this is going to be your job, it would not be acceptable for you to skip work. It would not be acceptable for you to skip your stream either, really. So you got to keep in mind, you got to treat it as a job. You will show up to work and you will do it at the same time whenever you schedule, right? So make sure you're not treating it as a hobby if you want to do this professionally. Number 4. I got my list here. Number 4 mistake streamers make: seeming desperate for viewers. And this is really geared toward new streamers. And people make this mistake. I think I've even made this mistake a lot when I first started streaming. Seeming desperate for viewers. So going from stream to stream, asking people to come to your stream, going live posts where you're saying, I need views, this, that, and the other. I think this is a huge mistake, and this goes hand in hand with treating it as a job and a profession. That is not professional to do stuff like that. And if you want to do this as a living, you need to make sure other people look at you as a professional streamer. This is what you do. So, you know, doing stuff like going from stream to stream, or, you know, messaging individual people that you're going live, I mean, that's okay in some circumstances, but doing it in mass is unacceptable. And if you are doing that, try to keep in mind other streamers don't usually like that, and they won't, a lot of them will not look at you professionally. So just keep that in mind. Of course, I have no animosity toward people that do that, but try to do it professionally. Do not seem desperate for viewers, even though we are all desperate for viewers, I know. You gotta try to act professional. Number 3 mistake people make: streaming too much or too little. I see people, one, they stream too much. They're really into it. They burn themselves out 100 hours a week, and they're dying. They don't leave any time for anything else. Networking is also important. Going to other streamers are very important as well. So you really burn yourself out with streaming, and you don't get a chance to network. Same thing the other way. Too little streaming. Maybe one time a week is not enough. If that's all you can do, fine. But you got to get a good balance between streaming too much and too little. You got to find a schedule that works for you. I always say consistently at the same time. So you don't have to stream 7 days a week, but if you do stream 3 days a week, I would ensure that you're going at the same time all 3 days, and you're streaming for the same duration all 3 of those days. And that's really going to help you gain viewers at that time, and they're going to expect you to be on at that time. So that's definitely a really good tip. I hear other people saying that too, and that's something I also need to work on. Number 2. I think we're on number 2. I got my list here. Playing the wrong game or switching the games too often. I see people making this mistake, and this is a bit controversial. People will tell you different things. You should play the game that you like. I see a lot of people switching the game almost every time they go live. Now, is this a mistake? Not necessarily. I mean, if you're having fun with it, if that's what you want to do, if you don't really care about viewers and whatnot, that may be okay. I don't want to say that it is a mistake. That is your choice. But if you want to be consistent, remember, consistency is such a huge thing here on Twitch. You gotta somewhat stay in the same genre, but I would not switch the game every single stream. You know, if people are here making friends with you and, you know, they're watching you play Fortnite, they may be expecting Fortnite the next time as well. So stay in the genre. Maybe have your planned days where you're going to switch the game up. I think people are maybe doing too much variety, and you could definitely disagree with that if you want. But if you're doing freaking Fortnite one day, Apex another day, Just Dance another day, World of Warcraft another day, Minecraft the last day. That is too much variety, in my opinion. You're going to lose the people that were watching you play Fortnite, right? Or whatever game. So I would stay within the same genre. Don't switch games too often. Play the right game that's right for you, that you're getting viewers with. We'll actually make a different video about that. I think that's very important. But the number one, and this is probably the most important mistake I see people make all the freaking time. And this one is huge for me. Bad-mouthing other communities and streamers. Now, I think this is a huge, huge mistake, talking to others about other streamers and communities and whatnot that maybe you're not very fond of. We all have our thoughts, but my motto is if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it. In other words, if something isn't going to help your channel, don't say it. So really, people shoot themselves in the foot when they go to others and they start complaining about so-and-so, or they start complaining about this community, because that person, I guarantee, is going to go tell another person, and it's going to spread. And whoever you're bad-mouthing is going to find out. And if they find out, they're going to badmouth you, and then it turns into this big middle school freaking brawl of he said, she said bullcrap. And it's not going to end up good for your channel. Usually, that's just my opinion. Usually, it does not. I know from being a community leader, a lot of people have negative things to say about me sometimes. And I always hear who is talking about me. I know the people that are talking about me. I don't confront and I don't talk about it because I'm a grown man. I respect their opinion, but I do not engage in that stuff. We are professionals here, and I guarantee if you start doing that stuff, if you start talking behind people's back, it will get to them, and it's going to cause a problem for you in the future. You're going to lose viewers. To put it, you may not even lose viewers, but you're not going to gain viewers by doing that. So if you don't like somebody, I would say just keep it to yourself. Keep your mouth shut. Don't associate with them if you don't want to. But only bad could come of it. I don't think good could come of it unless you're going on Twitter and you want to spark up a controversy or type deal. But behind closed doors, if you get your friends and you're talking together, I would not even mention any other streamer's name. You know, even if you're on your stream and you're talking about big streamers like Ninja, and you want to say something bad about him for some reason, you may hurt yourself by doing that, because you got a lot of people in there that may be a fan of Ninja, and they're going to be pissed at you. So you got to keep that in mind on the small scale and the large scale. Do not badmouth other communities or other streamers. You're only going to ostracize yourself, and it's not going to be any gain for you. So if you're not getting any gain out of it, we got to take the emotion out of it. Somebody pisses you off, that's okay. You could confront them about it, but you really got to take the emotional factor out of it, because it's not going to help your stream. So before you do an action that might hurt yourself, think, am I going to be able to gain from this by saying this to this person? If you're not, don't do it. I see people make that mistake all the freaking time. I hope this helped. I hope it gave you something to think about, and we will see you on stream.